Hello and welcome back. We are the Full Time Ultras, and we have a debutant today. But first, we'll go to the man immediately on the right, Raghav.
Hello. How's it going?
No peace signs.
No. The urge. The urge to control it.
Okay.
I just said hello this time.
Such a
Okay.
big pause, man. Awkward silence.
Yeah, I made him very awkward with that question. Next, we have our debutant, our other Liverpool fan, Sean Dorado.
Yeah, hi.
How
The
do you-
sensible
how-
one.
Yeah,
I mean-
sensible Liverpool fan. How does it feel to be on this show?
I mean, like, we grew up playing football together. I've known you guys since I was like 8 years old, so it feels really nice. And yeah, it's so cool to see.
At least it
how
wasn't
much
his
you're into
lifelong
this.
dream.
Yeah,
At least it wasn't his lifelong dream for 2 weeks.
well, that was
That was Raghu, no?
Riku.
Ah,
It's
yeah,
been
the
my
first
lifelong
episode.
dreams for
Yeah,
2
yeah,
weeks. And then finally, I mean, you've already spoken a fair bit. So Shahan,
Yes.
welcome back.
Good
Uh,
weekend.
The only one who did any
Much
science.
better.
Yes. We'll
No
get into
pain
it.
at all.
No pain at all.
No need for the painkillers.
No, of
Are
course.
you sure? No
yeah,
pain
yeah.
at all?
No pain.
Okay.
Happy.
Both
I
are
mean,
happy.
we actually wanted to have like a big show about the big game from this weekend, the United Liverpool game. But the game itself didn't really throw up many talking points in terms of goals and, results. It ended in a 0-0 draw. But it does provide a lot of context, there's a lot of contextual inferences we can make. So let's get into that. Shahan, United's approach I felt was interesting considering all the injuries that they had. It felt like a bit of a throwback to like an Ole Gunnar Solskjaer United, where you're more content to get something out on the break as opposed to like trying to play through Liverpool at times. What did you make of that?
Actually, more than Ole, it was entirely a Jose Mourinho game.
Park the bus.
That was like, Mourinho wearing a Ten Hag mask on the touchline. But I kind of agreed with what he did, considering with what we had. I think it was a really, really good defensive away performance, is what I felt. Before going into this game, if you told me that this team that was out, this defense that was out, Dalot, Varane, Evans and Shaw, if you told me that it would be such a good defensive performance and these guys would be coming out of Anfield with a clean sheet, I'd like grab both your hands over there and be like, that's not possible. So considering everything, I think it was a good game plan to go this way, considering, like I said, the players that were available.
Yeah.
In general, I was quite happy with the performance. Slightly gutted that we couldn't make most of those two chances that we got.
Yeah.
And I won't hold it against those two because they're like really young players. They're upcoming players. I saw them getting a lot of stick on Twitter, which I don't agree.
Yeah.
You have to give these
who
players
were
time.
these players getting stuck?
Garnacho and Højlund, that you have to take these chances and this and that. And Garnacho has got a lot of abuse last season as well. I think he missed 2 sitters or something like that. And I'm like, these fans need to understand that these guys are kids,
Yeah.
right? And playing at Anfield, one of the most toughest grounds in Europe, probably, with like 65 odd fans against you, it's not an easy task. And these guys still need to, mature and need to learn. And games like this will kind of bring in more experience to them. So all in all, I was happy. Brilliant defensive performances and a point gained, in fact, because for the last 3 years we haven't got even a point from Anfield.
Yeah.
So in all positivity, I'm thinking it's 1 point more,
Yeah.
and I'm taking that definitely.
Yeah, and I agree with you because a lot of noise was made around how United was so poor in the run into this fixture, and how Liverpool will probably, there are a lot of
No
7-0
one gave
jokes.
us a chance.
Yeah, exactly. No one gave us a
including,
chance.
and I'll be pretty honest, even I didn't give us a
Yeah.
chance in this game. And before this game, I was talking to you, and I'd say I'd be happy with a 2-0 loss.
Yeah,
And that's the reality of where we are. I'm not
Yeah.
going to like brag and say like, oh, it's just a one-off. This is the reality. We
Yeah.
are a mediocre club at the moment,
Yeah.
and I'm taking this as a very big positive.
Yeah.
So, and considering from the results we've
Yeah.
come in, so all in all, like a really good result.
We watched this game together, and it seemed like were quite frustrated with a lot of things that went on during in the game. I mean, have you had the chance to reflect on that since, and have you changed your opinion on that, or do you feel like it was a case of 2 points lost?
No, it's always we gained a point, man. I agree with Chan on
Yeah.
that. We got a draw. It's a massive result. But my frustration was that we didn't capitalize more on Liverpool being poor.
Yeah.
Liverpool weren't particularly great. They didn't revive the flow with us. We've our defense was really good. We were organized in defense. We held our shape. We held a low block, and we didn't let any clear cut chances for Liverpool. I don't think Liverpool had any clear cut chances in the game. But my frustration was, if Liverpool were bad, then we should have taken more advantage of it than we did. So we had probably the two best chances of the game, one with Hoyland and one with Garnacho. And apart from that, we had nothing because we weren't able to hold the ball.
Hmm.
Our ball retention was so poor. Even if our defenders did the job and Shaw was pocketing Salah, or Darwin was not getting any chance and Varane was clearing the ball, McTominay wasn't able to drive the ball forward, and if Anthony got the ball, he was going into no man's land and he was not able to create any chances or finish off any chances
Yeah.
or create something for himself. So that mainly that the frustration were rooted from that we were not able to hold the ball better, because if we had better ball retention in this game, I feel that we could have created more chances. That was this is the main basis for why I was frustrated during the game.
Yeah.
But really, really impressed and really, really happy with the defensive performance overall of this team.
Just to counter on that, the ball retention basically did not happen is because we didn't have the players over there. Because if you play with McTominay, your ball retention is zero,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Because he can't play around. He
can't
can't
be-
keep
he's not-
play
he's not good in
ticking,
the
right?
pivot,
He's not going to
basically.
hold the ball. Like
Yeah.
if you had an Eriksen to come on or something like that, then you have
Hmm.
more fluidity on the
Yeah.
ball.
Yeah.
Amrabat is basically a destroyer.
Hmm.
So he was basically slotting in between Varane and Evans,
Yeah.
making it a back three.
Yeah.
Then everything falls onto Meno, right? And I'm not gonna. He had a fantastic game for his age. Looks like a really brilliant prospect.
Oh, yeah. Really
So
good, man.
I just felt with whatever we had, I was quite happy with the way the game went, and to even get those two chances, and not restrict Liverpool to like even give them a sniff of something. So all in all, yeah, I think we can be like, yeah, with what we had, we've done a very good job. So
No,
basically,
that's
don't think of 2 points lost, but think of a point gained.
no, of course. That's the first thing I said. I always think that it's a point gained
Yeah.
at Anfield. If you've held Liverpool to a draw, that to have kept a clean sheet,
Yeah.
it's a big thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, but that's why I didn't point any fingers at Meno, because I thought he played really well,
Yeah.
and I've been a big fan of that guy ever since that Everton game
Mm.
where his first start, and
Yeah.
he impressed a lot. But yeah, I think and Liverpool, no, whatever happened.
Yeah.
And like, for all your criticism of Anthony, I felt like
He's pretty
While-
decent.
No,
While-
his
no,
defensive side of the game was
exactly.
really
It
good.
was
Really
so
good.
good.
His work rate. That's
His
why
work rate, he was constantly tracking
Constant-
back
Yeah,
with
yeah, yeah.
Rebecca.
Yeah, I agree.
No, that's why my whatever I said was in an attacking sense.
Yeah.
Because
Just to be,
I've
I
always
still feel-
reiterated that our defensive game was top notch.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Like all in all, we were organized. We kept our structure. We kept our shape, and we defended really well. That's what I've been saying all along. But ball retention could have been better. That's my only thing. But overall, yeah.
Okay, I'll come to you, Sean. The Liverpool angle. I mean, a lot of people have been talking about how Liverpool are really good mentally, and how they've been good mentally this season, and they're challenging for the title, and a lot of people have put them above Arsenal as well. So was this performance and result a sign of worry for you, or what did you make of that?
Oh, so I just want to say, for anyone who's new to football and wants to watch this game, don't watch this game. Like, I can get Sanjana to maybe put something here watch last year's Anfield game, 7-0. You'll get the highlights. I'll get Sanjana to edit something here. That was a very good game. 7-0. It was ekdam. But no, like honestly, it was.
बहुत बोल लिया भाई.
7-0. It was really good.
Yeah, cool.
But,
Thanks, bro.
The
Thanks.
7-0 on corners.
That's why I said you बहुत बोल लिया.
Like,
That's right.
before I get to
The frustration is already out.
Of course, yeah, exactly.
but that's the thing. So like to talk about frustration.
3 साल का गोल एक साथ मारा ना इसलिए nil nil.
But I always dislike giving United credit, but credit where it's due. They stopped us from scoring at Anfield, which hasn't happened for a fairly long run of games in the Premier League, I think. But also
That extends to last season as well, right?
it does. It
Yeah,
does.
it
I think
does.
it does. I'm
Since
not
last
sure.
season and
Yeah,
into this
but
season.
I was going through articles, and we had 38 shots, out of which maybe 2 were good chances.
Mm.
And we had over 10 corners compared to, at one point there were like 9 corners to 0 for you guys.
In the first 10 minutes itself. I
Yeah,
think.
yeah. Like we were like, so I really appreciate how United kept their shape and their low block. And I think it's like 60% you guys, like he said, doing the Jose Mourinho really good low block,
Yeah.
blocking the channels,
Yeah.
blocking the spaces.
Good
Amrabat-
communication.
Yeah.
in
Good
the defense.
communication. Because defending in a low block is like not easy as well.
It's
I think
total
people-
communication.
I think people call it parking the bus, but
Mm.
it takes a lot of focus
Yeah.
to remain at
Yeah.
that level. But that being said, it's also really poor decision making from our forwards in the final third that we'll get to. And to get back to worry, no, it's not. This was not a worrying result for me because I've been loving this season.
Yeah.
In terms of like the morale from last season, we have a completely new midfield.
Yes.
Completely new. Like
Yeah.
all the midfielders
Yeah, the
yesterday were new.
Yeah.
We have Diaz, who I feel has been he's gone through a lot in the last few weeks, and since his injury, he's not played with the same, I think, joy that you associate with a lot of South American players.
Yeah.
When they play, it's almost like they're messing around.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I
in
get
like
it.
a street somewhere.
Yeah.
It's really fluid, and given everything that went on, he's it's understandable that there'll be a slight dip in form. I have some things to say about Nunez. Good things mostly, because I feel like he gets a lot of like Sean mentioned. It's so weird that someone like Garnacho, who scored goal of the season 2 weeks ago versus Everton, gets slack on Twitter the next day because memories on Twitter are really short-lived.
Yeah.
But no, I'm loving this season. I've honestly loved all the years under Klopp. I've seen a Roy Hodgson relegation battle. It's been really great. And I feel like Trent had an interview after game 1 or game 2 where he was like, we're here to challenge for the title.
Yeah.
We can't be shy about it.
Yeah.
And there have been dips in our attack, mostly away from home where some decision making doesn't click. And that happened here at Anfield. United shut shop really well as well. Onana, for all his criticism, was a bit shaky, and Raghav almost broke Sanjana, producer's table, when we were watching the game. But he was decent at shot stopping.
No, he was good.
And it was a boring game. Watch the 7-0 game. You can get highlights. We'll link it down.
You want me to direct them towards the 2-1 last year at Old
Yeah,
Trafford?
that was
I
a
mean, we
better.
can
That was a
I-
good game.
Yeah, good game.
I think
Yeah,
the editor,
Aggregate score.
the editor can put the 2-1 over here.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
put
yeah.
the 7-0 over there,
You
and
can
then
pick whatever you want.
you
Yeah.
can decide
This
whoever
is-
wants
this is
to
like
watch.
a poll, basically.
What?
No, I mean that 2-1 came after 2 consecutive losses.
Yeah.
And a little bit of flowers
didn't-
from
didn't
here
it c-
and
didn't it
lightning
come
and
after-
rain from
Did it
here.
come after 5-0 at Old Trafford?
No. It
Seasons
came.
ago, right?
What?
5-0 at Old
Final
Trafford?
Oh, yeah, it
couple
came
of
after that.
seasons ago, yeah.
Yeah,
It was
no.
5-0 after that.
5-0 was last season under Solskjaer.
Yeah.
No.
So
Final was two seasons
no,
ago.
5-0 was last season, bro. Last season was Eric
So
Ten Hag
last
first
season,
2-1 जीता ना
under
हम लोग.
Solskjaer. Yeah, correct.
Last to last season 5-0 at Old Trafford under Solskjaer.
Then
Last year,
Ranić lost 3-0.
Ranić lost 3-0.
4-1. 4-1, I think.
4-0.
4-0 था.
4-0.
4-0.
it
Okay,
was
4-0.
Then we
then
won.
we won 2-1 at Anfield, and then the 7-0. And
love-
which even
I
in that
love-
7-0, we should have really had a
Yo-
2-goal lead in
Of
that
course.
game
Of
because
course.
the way we started,
Yeah.
we were
I
like,
don't do
Prop,
it.
Yeah.
prop,
maybe.
prop.
yeah,
Proper
whatever.
game of two halves, actually. That was.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But also, I love that I got both the United panelists to just list out all the games in which we've thrashed United. Kyunki as a Liverpool fan who started watching Liverpool in 2000
At the time, you all would always go in a second favorite.
when United were
at the top.
literally like one of the
Peak.
They were, I think, one of the top 3
I
teams
remember
in
at
the
one
world.
time we had a really good record at Anfield.
Oh, dude,
Yeah,
Like-
we did.
dude,
Yeah.
Till
I
Van
would-
Gaal,
Huh.
till Van Gaal, we had a really good record at Anfield.
Not till Van Gaal. Like I mean, we were also shit at that.
Van
time because
Gaal won
Brendan
both
was
his
there.
visits to Anfield.
Yeah, Brendan was
Yeah.
manager
And
before
even
that.
before under Fergie as well, there was a time where we
Yeah,
would,
yeah,
like,
we had a
nick
good
these
record.
1-0
Yeah.
wins.
Oh,
But-
United was always a nightmare fixture for well, not nightmare, but it was a really worrying fixture for me because
Yeah.
you were really good. We've had like good memories, but it's been so much better since Klopp has come. Like
Yeah.
there was obviously like the 4-1 where Gerrard kisses the camera, all of those games. But
That one is a routine.
but like United's
that was
downfall,
OT.
United's downfall has been
Just
a
two
lot of
things
fun.
I want to say is one is that the tables have flipped a little.
Yeah.
Like we have become a little bit like what Liverpool were
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
that transition
Yeah.
phase, where Liverpool took a lot of time to find
Yeah.
the right
and really
group,
bad like
find their
decisions.
groove.
We had shit owners, and that's something
Same,
that's
that's
relatable
happening
for
with
you
us,
guys,
and
right?
hopefully the change in the hierarchy on top would help. Number one, we are in that mediocrity phase, like I said, where we put our levels to where we are. And secondly, just talking about Liverpool is, I've kept telling you, like, I've kept voicing my opinion as to why I feel Arsenal are above Liverpool.
Yeah.
This team is there, but it's not there this season, is what I feel.
Okay.
Like the recruitment is good in midfield. You have the likes of Gravenberch, have the likes of Szoboszlai. Endo has come in as well. Maybe they might dip into the market and get someone in Jan. They've always been successful in getting good signings in Jan. So there might be a defensive addition with Matip gone out.
We probably
Yeah,
need one, and
that
also
will-
maybe
VVD was a January buy.
he was a
BVD,
January
Salah,
Alisson.
Luis Diaz.
Salah
Alisson
January buy. Salah
was
summer
a-
buy.
No, Salah summer.
Salah.
Luis
Was-
Diaz, Gakpo,
Luis Diaz, Gakpo, yeah.
Suarez
Was Alisson
came
a
in
summer?
Jan.
Suarez Jan tha.
Alisson was
summer
in
buy.
summer.
Alisson summer.
Summer.
Oh, yeah, after
Suarez
Roma
summer
season.
Jan tha.
Suarez was Jan.
Suarez.
Suarez
Yeah,
and
nice.
Carroll were both
was
in Jan.
Yeah.
Legend.
So
the real
they
legend.
they do have a good record in Jan. But why I said that Arsenal are way clear of Liverpool is because I've always felt that midfield has had a whole rebuild this season, and there is inexperience is going to creep in. Whether it's Szoboszlai, whether it's Endo, or whether it's Gravenberch, they're going to get time to get used to the pace of the
Pace.
Premier League, and
Yeah.
that's what I felt in the game was they weren't up to the pace of the game. They dropped.
Dom has been really good, and I feel he has the lungs and the legs
And
for it. But he's dipped a little bit in the last few games, but he'll come back.
it's going to get a little bit more difficult for Liverpool considering they are also playing in the Europa League. So we have to see how serious Klopp takes the the Europa League campaign. Whether he's able to do have enough of rotations, but that like we faced it last season. It's going to be a challenging campaign going ahead because I don't see the depth in the team, especially in midfield. So that has to be seen because when I compare Liverpool and Arsenal, if you see the depth Arsenal have in their team,
Yeah.
especially in midfield and in those attacking areas,
Yeah.
the team that they played in the last Champions League game
Yeah.
was like a totally different team to what they put out against Brighton. So that's the difference I feel. I feel Liverpool will get there. The midfield will come good, but I think they will fall short this season just because of the inexperience.
I feel that there's only one differentiating factor in that is Jurgen Klopp.
Yeah, that is.
I feel like but if man can find a way even without depth to do miracles with this team.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that he's not a magician in the end, right? So it took him a lot of time to get that Liverpool side to
Clicking.
what it was,
Hmm.
even right when he just joined in.
Be fair, we did reach. I don't know if it was his first season.
Second season Europa League final.
I
His
think that was
first full season.
His first full season.
Yeah, first full
we
season.
reached the Europa League final and the League Cup final. The two
You
finals
lost,
that year.
but
We
No.
lost both.
Oh yeah. you defeated us in the Europa League, na?
Yeah,
the quarterfinals
Coutinho
or
chipped
semis?
it over.
Quarterfinals.
De Gea.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh no, but also that being said, is our next Premier League game versus Arsenal?
It is.
Yes. It's
Yeah,
Liverpool Arsenal.
So like, Rice has been really good from what I've heard, and I hope our midfield clicks in that game. But because Arsenal play like as an expansive attacking
Yeah.
football.
they'll
be out
come
there,
on more. You'll get
and
more
that's
space.
that's where I feel we become really dangerous if you give us space. Like I was thinking about it like before the game with the United game. What was happening? You see Darwin Nunez, who I think does really well when he's running at the defense, the opposition defense. And he's really good in transition.
Yeah.
He's good when he's
For sure.
driving with the ball.
Yeah.
Also just running the channels and waiting for that
Really
pass
good, really
to
good.
in behind.
And where I feel can harm Arsenal if he decides to play.
Yeah.
But in the United game, he was playing with his back to goal, and our deliveries weren't really good. We're
Yeah.
really struggling. Not struggling. Tsimikas is doing a good job, but at the end of the day, Robertson is the record holder for
Most
assists from a defender in the Premier League.
Hmm.
So we're really missing Robo down the left and everything he brings. Yeah. So
But
I
if-
think we're going to beat.
If
I think
I'm
we beat
Arteta,
Arsenal.
if I'm Arteta,
Is it,
I
is it-
will
is it Anfield?
definitely be taking a
It's
leaf
at
out of
Emirates.
United's books.
It's Emirates.
But I still
Oh.
feel like we can be Arsenal.
But if I am Arteta, I'm definitely taking a leaf out of United's book and
Oh, yeah, of course.
thinking that
Yeah.
if United can go in there and keep a good compact defense, Arsenal's attack and midfield are much better to get something more out of the game.
but that's
That's
the
it.
thing.
That's-
they're
that's
playing,
my
they're playing at the
But-
Emirates, so I think they'd want to.
oh, it's
be
at
on
the
ground.
Emirates.
Emirates.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I
Ah,
still
my
think
bad,
they
my
will.
bad,
Yeah,
my
yeah.
bad. Then I think, yeah.
No, bro, but even at
I'm
Anfield,
sorry,
I
yeah.
don't think Arteta would never do what United did.
I agree. I feel like Arteta
Arteta and
he's got his
Arsenal would never
principles.
do what United did. They will always stick to what they are good at. They'll always stick to that expansive attacking football that they play well, and they won't budge from that because Arteta just won't do that. Because if he would feel that if I change the game plan in the last moment and it affects the team in some way that they perform worse than they would have, he would get stick or something.
In the
But-
end, he's never got a point.
That's that. I
But
feel that has been
whatever he's
harming
tried to
them. That
done
if they
to
don't
do-
do that,
Because
It
if you
harms
play
them.
fire with fire,
ah,
you are going to lose. So, yeah.
Also, can I ask general question? Does Arteta creep anyone else out here a little bit?
what? Yeah. What?
What?
Like I
कैसा
like him.
सवाल
I
है?
like him. He's a really nice guy, but he has like a really dead. Like he looks like this. Yes, Arsenal was very good there, right? He has like this really dead stare and his like oil slicked
have-
hair.
In fact, Unai Emery creeps me out a little bit more.
Emery
It's like
seems
I'm
sweet.
looking. I'm
Emery's like my uncle who get me
no,
nice
Emery's
gifts at
Emery's
Christmas.
like Bram Stoker. man.
Arteta's like the creepy uncle who I don't want to come for Christmas. Like it's just really weird.
But if in your room if you put like Arteta or Emery directly in front of you, I'd definitely get more scared looking at Emery
For
directly.
being so mean
Yeah.
to
So
Spanish people.
You know the games not really produced a lot of talking points when you get tangents like
no, there
Oh
are
yes,
some.
bro.
I want to talk about some. You know what I want to talk about.
I'll,
yeah.
I'll get to that.
We'll have to quickly do that.
if
after.
you're done with
Yeah,
these
we're done,
tangents.
we're done.
Done,
Sorry,
done.
What a
Arteta.
debut, Sean.
No more Dracula. No more Dracula talk.
Dracula. That's who
Yeah.
he has Dracula vibes.
That's why I said Bram Stoker.
We are still not done.
Really? Not done?
No.
Done. All good.
Done?
Done.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. The main talking point of the game is probably Dalo's red card and like.
You know the game was bad when the main talking point is a red card.
No, I mean we've had red cards and refereeing decisions as talking points. So like, a bit of two minds about diving down this rabbit hole again. But we've got to, because honestly, when I first saw it, I thought he was being booked once and he had got his first yellow previously, and then it was after the game that I realized that, hang on, he's been booked twice for like throwing his fist twice. Like, he's booked for the same bit of dissent twice. For me, that's incredibly harsh and like
Horrible.
like what Shan? What do you like? Why? What legislates that kind of decision from the ref?
for me, Michael Oliver's always been a dodgy ref. One of the most dodgiest refs in this Premier League. For me, that was like I gave you a little bit of a tinge of this discussion. It was a little bit more of a egoistic decision that he's given.
Yeah. Yes.
It was an egoistic decision because number one was that Dalot was not even on his face.
Yeah.
Dalot was way ahead. He was not next to him. He was just frustrated with the decision.
Yeah.
And those who have played football know that if you are giving 100% and you're putting your body on the line and your adrenaline is like so high at that time, if something does not go against you, you are bound to get frustrated.
Yeah.
Right? We all have these things have happened to us when we played on turf as well, right? We know these scenarios can get frustrating, right?
Yeah.
That is just one sequence of the game, right?
Yeah, and you can imagine.
That whole sequence deserves one yellow card.
Yes, I agree.
If he comes to your face, then you produce a second yellow card.
Yeah.
He's nowhere next to him.
Yeah.
He's nowhere next to him. For me, okay, if that's the rule, if that's what the rule is suggesting, that dissent, you cannot have any dissent. You have to be consistent.
Yeah.
And I'd pull this to the Nunes fact that what Nunes does is actually worse because Nunes is directly looking at the linesman. If you see the clips, Nunes is directly looking at the linesman and he's like making that gesture.
Yeah.
And even before that, in different sequences actually, because on the run he completely like puts his shoulder into Evans's chest, which for me was a yellow card, right? And in that sequence, the way he's protesting to the referee, that should have been a red card for me, right? And if that's not a red card, like I know that is like you can argue, it's an argumentative call.
Yeah.
It can be. I will say it's a red card, but it's 50-50. Like some can say it's
the ball
not.
away in that. Well, like he
got booked for that.
Takes an attempt at goal basically.
Exactly.
But
But I'm saying if this is given a red card, then that is definitely a red card, right? And in a game like this, that's where for me referees need to understand that in a game like this where stakes are high, where players are giving everything, they have to know that frustration is part and parcel of the game. You cannot make players not vent out anger or frustration on a situation and book them for that.
Yeah.
You have to know when the time is right and when the time is not right. And that was totally a decision that Michael Oliver wanted to make it about himself in the end. And he wanted to show that, I am the boss over here.
Yeah.
And that's where the card was given.
It's taking like the whole authority of the game like a bit too far, and like I know your feelings about it are pretty similar to what Chance just said.
No, of course, because you can't give out 2 yellow cards in the space of 10 seconds because he's waving his arms around twice. Like he did that once, like he vented out once, you booked him, that's it, done. Move on, throw in game, and there was barely a minute left in the game any which ways. So I don't know what was Michael Oliver thinking or what was going on in his mind, but I don't know, man. It's refereeing calls this season or
I
the past 2-3 seasons have been dodgy.
Can you just search my phone, because I came across what Dermot Gallagher, I don't have my phone on me right now.
Just give an approximation.
There's a statement that Dermot
I have that.
Do you have that?
I have that.
If you can search that out.
I'll take it out.
There's a statement that he makes.
I read that
It
actually.
absolutely does not make sense at all.
Oh, this is that analysis thing. That
The
they do,
Dermot Gallagher who comes
Gallagher,
on the
Post show.
Yeah. So he's like, I can understand why he's done. I can't word it word to word, but if you can find it, it will be brilliant.
Yeah.
You got it? Can you read that out?
Yeah, I'll read it. So the Dermot Gallagher says that the throw-in is not clearly given the wrong way. It is a United throw when you look at it again, but when I first saw it, I wasn't convinced. You can't act like Dalot did. It doesn't look good, and it isn't a good image to be portraying around the world. Whether you like it or not, that is the remit referees have been given this season. That is why there is such a high number of yellow cards for this type of offense.
No, there was another one. This is not the one. There's another comment where he's compared the two scenarios. There's another
With Darwin?
with Darwin. There's another comment that he's made where he's like, I cannot blame Michael.
Yeah, got it.
yeah.
OBA.
Yeah.
He says that on one hand you say that I don't want 2 yellow cards for Dalot, but 2 minutes later you say you want a yellow for Salah
Yes,
and 3 for
this is the
Nunes.
one. Yeah.
This
Can
one,
you read
yeah.
it again? Read it again.
Yeah, so this was when he was comparing the Nunes incident and Salah incident with the Dalot one. He says that it's so difficult because this is not an exact science. On one hand, you say to me that I don't want 2 yellow cards for Dalot, but 2 minutes later you say you want a yellow card for Salah and 3 for Nunes. I have nowhere to go. Whichever way I jump, you say I'm wrong. In the current climate, the referee has no choice. I get that United fans will call for Nunes to be sent off, but the referee didn't choose to do it.
What is he saying? He's waffling. Because the Darwin Nunes thing comes before Dalot.
It's in the first half.
And the reason why we are asking for that is because this is the standard you've set.
Exactly.
So why has the precedent not been set over there? Why does it have to come to the 89th minute to say, and if you're saying whichever way I talk, I am wrong, it means it's like you're just not making sense at all. Right? And I think they need to be a little bit more, they need to accept their mistakes and say that, yeah, we are wrong, in some cases.
I think
that does not make sense.
I
at
think
all.
in a way that's what fans want to hear. Because the problem is referees are not acknowledging their mistakes. They're not saying that, they're finding ways to say that no, this was done before, that's why we're doing it now, or this has to be done. And they're not saying that a wrong decision was made. So I don't know, maybe if you want to improve the standards of the refereeing, you first need to say that referees made a mistake. And even outside, like people like Dermot Gallagher need to, if I don't know what kya bolu main, but they need to acknowledge the mistake first before saying that we'll improve the refereeing standards.
It's like the whole conversation about trying to protect referees is really important. Kyuki
You saw what happened in Turkey, especially.
Yeah, so where like you think of Sunday League, you think of random leagues. There's a local league where I live right now where a referee's for a semi-pro competition, this referee got assaulted and was hospitalized. So I understand where they're coming from in trying to curb aggression towards referees or trying to, like question their decisions constantly. But it doesn't help if you don't make these referees accountable, taki people get that consistency. So
See,
you
what,
know,
No,
just
Sean,
to,
that's the
just
thing.
to like
That's the
just
thing.
to quickly do
Yeah.
the difference. What I feel is what I feel should be taken out of the game is players ganging up on referees,
yeah, for sure.
which was happening last season. Mitrovic did it. He practically barged into a referee, which was rightfully given a red card. What I don't agree is with 10 people going against the referee and asking a decision. That is wrong. Book players
Whom are-
over there.
Whom are you talking about, I wonder? Is it City against Spurs?
A lot of people, a lot of teams have
A lot
done
of
it.
teams
My
do that.
team,
Yeah.
including we
Practically
have done
every
it
there
as
is
well.
now
Practically every team
Last
does it.
season, a lot of teams have done that.
So teams are being fined for that.
So
now.
that I agree with that rule where the captain can go, only the captain can go and speak to the referee. That's fine. But if a bloody player is 5 feet away from the ref, and if he's if he's in frustration according to a
Yeah.
decision, what's
Yeah.
like he says, it's people all over the world are looking. What example is that being set? What does that have to do?
Yeah.
Also,
It makes no sense.
Dallo.
Players are not
Dallo did-
robots.
Yeah, but
True.
that is true.
Yeah, I mean, for me, the whole episode just deserved 1 yellow card because it is just one episode of dissent.
Yeah.
He's just waved his arm about twice. There's no need to go and brandish 2 yellow cards. But anyway, like just quickly to get your thoughts on the latest beef in the PL. Van Dijk made a comment saying that only one team came to play, the other team are buzzing with a point. United are buzzing with a point. Only Liverpool came to play, and Roy Keane in particular took umbrage to those comments. So, Shan, I know you wanted to speak about this. So
I'll keep it very short.
Yeah,
I
quickly.
felt it was very arrogant from him
yeah,
where he was coming from. Basically, arrogance and frustration.
yeah. We'll get to you. Yeah,
We
don't worry.
totally managed to frustrate the whole team. and that also showed even from the stadium, right? Because Anfield as a stadium can literally act like a 12th man and like make you lose games where you're winning,
Yeah.
right? So in that way, we slowed down the game very well, and we were able. They started off very strongly, but after that we were able to get under their skin, right? So I can get where he is at the moment. He's frustrated. He's annoyed with the result. Maybe he thought they could have done more, but in the end, if we did not come to win over there, right? We came to stop you winning, right? And I think we did do our jobs pretty well. And in the end, if I analyze the chances, I think our chances were more clear cut than
Yeah.
what they had,
Yeah.
right? So it was very arrogant from him, and I'm not like. In fact, it makes me more happy that we got under their skin, but I think Van Dijk also needs to understand where we are at in terms of like a squad at the moment. The negativity around this team at the moment.
What does Van Dijk have to care about that? Like, honestly, see, like, listen. First of all, I think the only person, like, the team was definitely frustrated.
Yeah.
Did a good job.
Yeah.
Roy Keane, like, really overreacts sometimes. Because I think as a player talking about a rival team,
Yeah.
of course you're going to take like digs at your rival team and be like, like Liverpool doesn't like United.
Yeah.
So, and a lot of the points you made at the start of like the episode itself,
Yeah.
you were talking about how you would be happy with the point, right? Because you
Yeah.
had a bad run recently.
Yeah.
And I think that's just what he said in venting out his frustration, but I don't think that's arrogance. I think Keane sort of overreacted.
No, what I feel is that the way he said it was very arrogant. Like he didn't.
That's
He
just how he
no.
talks,
He
he's
didn't.
Dutch.
No, he didn't
Yeah,
respect.
Yeah.
I think he didn't respect what United were doing, right?
Hmm.
But he needs to understand that United have kind of have understood from their past mistakes, where they know that if a team attacks Liverpool, they're going to get 7 past over there. So he needs to understand that defending is also a game plan, and keeping Liverpool out. And you had your chances to score. So talk about your team a little bit more. Focus on your team as to what your team did wrong, right? We are happy with our result. We are buzzing. That's fine. It's a point where we've taken. If you thought that we're going to get if we are going to let y'all score 7, then that's not good. That's not
Like
happening.
they did
So
last season.
yeah, exactly. So that's where I think United.
This
I
guy.
think Liverpool came in very confident
Yeah.
going into this
Overconfident.
game. They were overconfident, thinking that.
I don't think the squad was overconfident, but a lot of fans on Twitter were really annoying.
No, were annoyed exactly
yeah,
because
really
everyone
annoying.
expected
and
another
Carragher was
pumping.
being a bit weird.
Yeah, and
Sorry, who?
Carragher with his 7-0 jumpers.
Yeah.
And even with the frustration seeing even I think Klopp had a better presser compared to what Van Dijk did, but they clearly thought that they would pump United again.
I don't think it's about pumping United as much as it feels like drop points. In any context at home, given our record at Anfield, drawing feels like losing points. It's maybe less to do with United specifically and the frustration of dropping points to anyone for a team that feels like they should be going for the title. You'd be annoyed at dropping points anyway. So that.
But yeah, that's what I felt. The reason I say why he was arrogant was because he didn't respect enough of what we did as a team, the effort we put in to get that result. I think he didn't acknowledge that, and that's why I felt he was arrogant.
I think it's a bit understandable. Like, given the heat of the moment, it's a post-game interview.
Yeah,
so
I understand.
I
But
can understand
I'm not
that.
blaming. I'm just saying I thought he was arrogant.
Yeah.
That's all.
Anyway, just to sign off on this game with a couple of fun facts. This is the first time any team stopped Liverpool from scoring in the Premier League. And this is also only the 5th 0-0 draw of the
This-
season overall. That's incredible, like the number of goals you're saying. Anyway.
And this is our first draw in the Premier League.
Oh, this is your first and
This
only a second draw in
I
the
have
season.
drawn games.
Yeah,
I-
and second draw this
I-
season.
That's why we are pretty high in the table.
Yeah,
Like
because you've
considering
either
we haven't
lost
drawn
or
games.
won.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's move on. We spent a lot of time
Yeah.
on a
Yeah.
game which supposedly didn't have a lot of talking points.
Yeah, but it
Um,
Liverpool United always.
yeah.
Somehow.
City 2, Crystal Palace 2, and City taking a 2-0 lead, and there are the peace signs. City taking a 2-0 lead and being pegged back by Palace. I'll come to you, Raghav, because you seem to have a change of heart about City. You and you look quite eager to go. So let's go. Do you think City are in trouble, or do you think this is just a blip?
This looks like trouble now because no. I
You
mean
look
there
like
is
trouble.
I have changed. I am acknowledging that I have changed my opinion
Yeah,
because
go ahead.
in previous episodes I've said that it's a blip because we've seen it before. But now it's starting to look like there is something going wrong with City, and which is something they cannot correct till the end of the season, and there's no stopgap solution for it too.
What is the problem according to you?
I just feel that City don't blow 2-0 leads. City so is that game management, is that leadership problem, or what? Their general. Why are you laughing?
I'm listening to you.
That
No,
awkward
because
stare, man.
I was like, you were like so bullish about City, so
No,
I'm taking
I'm-
in what you have to say.
No, of course. भाई पहली बात मैं बोला, I am acknowledging that I have changed my opinion because there seems to
Kitna sweet
the
ladka
game
hai. Wow.
the game management seems to be off. There's no leader. There is no leadership on the pitch. The Pep Guardiola style that usually clicks so well, even with the injuries or the replacements that come into the team, they don't seem to be clicking. So all these factors, when they come together, it becomes a worrying situation overall. That City don't look like that killer machine that they were last season, or the comeback kings that they were, that the comeback that they made last season.
Sean, anything to add? Because
Nah.
I know his view on this. He's been quite clear from the start that City are in trouble. So
Oh, like I don't want to chat shit about City because they've beaten us by 1 point way too many times. I'm traumatized. But also they're getting arguably one of the best midfielders in the world back like really soon.
yeah,
I feel and they're a team that can go on a 18 match winning run. So I'm not going to say anything about City for now. I'll chat shit about Arsenal, but yeah, City. Thoda
Oh, join me in that.
we'll get to Arsenal in a bit. Just to like sign off on this game. What an iconic image it was at the end of the game when Hodgson
By epic.
just
That
Chacha.
yeah,
I can
turning
keep looking at that GIF.
He's so cute. He's such a cute like uncle dude.
the penalty goes in and immediately Pep's falling.
Meltdown. That's
Yeah.
meltdown.
That was
And
so good,
Hodgson's
man. So
laughing at
good.
him.
Oh, but like this
So
is,
good.
I mean, it's not a fun fact, but Roy Hodgson was the manager of one of the first football like complete football finals I saw after Barcelona United. He was managing Fulham versus Atletico in the Europa League
Oh,
final.
yeah, yeah.
It was a fun game, and that was when I just started understanding more about football as a kid. It's fun. Roy, you're a good man. But
But yeah, quickly just to finish
Yeah.
off on City, like from here on they can definitely go on. Like
Yeah.
you've all seen them going on runs and winning, but just what's not clicking is, like I keep saying, is that they have a leadership hole in that team. I don't know De Bruyne coming back from injury, how effective he's going to be, because these are recurring injuries, and he's getting on the latter half of his career. So whether he's able to have that impact at how quick the Premier League is as of now, and they are in every competition as well. Not every, they're out of the Carabao Cup, but they'll go deep in the Champions League. You have the FA Cup coming. So the thing with City is that I feel that they haven't recruited well this summer. I
Yeah.
think the recruitment has not been up to the standards, like as to what they sign players. I think Doku has been good in patches. Nunes, I don't know, like maybe it's too early to judge. They depend a lot on Rodri. If he's not in the team, it doesn't click. So that's one area where they have to be worried about. Secondly, I thought them getting in Guardiola would take off the pressure on Stones.
Yeah.
But Guardiola, like if Stones is not there, then Guardiola can do a little bit of what Stones does.
yeah.
But Guardiola has not been able to reach those levels, what we all thought that he would do considering his price tag.
Yeah.
So yeah, these are all holes. These are the glaring issues that are staring at City at the moment. And but the thing is that this league is so unpredictable at the moment. Like, you know, there isn't a clear team that is like striding on, and you know, the difference is quite close. But it remains to be seen what happens. But City are always in it. But like I have always said, this is the best year for the likes of Arsenal and Liverpool to win it.
Yeah.
Because I think City are really struggling.
Yeah. I'm sticking to my guns. I think I think they'll figure it out. Anyway, let's move on to the table toppers. I'm coming again to you, Raghav, because again you'd like to talk about these guys. Arsenal 2-0 Brighton, and they've quite a convincing performance
Yeah, it was.
for Brighton.
It was. What?
Sorry, for Arsenal, sorry. And
With those seconds, I was like, what is he talking about?
Apologies, I'm just worried about a Carabao Cup quarter-final I have to catch. Oh God. Anyway, yeah, Arsenal, legit title contenders?
No.
No, still no. Okay. What?
Liverpool.
Who's
dumb answer.
going to win the
Just
title?
Liverpool.
Not City, not Arsenal.
Liverpool.
Thank you. That's very sweet. But
I'm still saying Arsenal is not winning the Premier League this season.
you just
Also,
hate your brother.
no. Come on. How many times do I have to say this, man? Ever since my first episode on this podcast, it's been the same narrative. I hate my brother. No.
Wait for 3 to 4 weeks. After 3 to 4 weeks, Raga will be in that exact same position. And
I
you'll-
changed my mind.
I've changed my mind.
No. I've
be like this.
Oh yeah.
I'll be
Wait.
like
I've even said it on the last time I discussed this titles Arsenal prospects. If if Arsenal win the title this season, I will be the first one to say I was wrong.
You will have to be the. That's pretty obvious, isn't it?
मैंने पहले ही बोला हो, but I still think that Liverpool are the closest title challengers for the City. But I now feel that Liverpool are going to win the title. I'm not changing my mind on that.
Liverpool are going to win the title.
Yeah,
It's a very bold statement. But
Any thoughts? on
Liverpool
that?
are winning the
Oh, no,
title for
I-
me.
I
If not City, then it's Liverpool.
I genuinely respect Arsenal, and I think they're really going to push a lot. So I think they're a really good unit. They have some great players. Odegaard's amazing. Saka's brilliant. Martinelli's a baller. They have a solid midfield. Their keeping situation's been a bit sus, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken. But yeah, they're very strong title contenders.
No, so
I
coming
think-
coming back to
still shaking his head. in
no
disbelief
coming
about-
coming back to their performance in this game in particular. I think Odegaard was magic.
Subratunga.
Odegaard was magic. I get this opinion is something I can say out loud. Odegaard was magic in that game. He was
Magic. Yes.
there
What was
were
Odegaard?
certain
Odegaard क्या था?
He was magic.
Magic.
Harry Potter.
Magic.
Potter.
No, that अरे यार क्या है ये? The role that he has of the main creative force of in that Arsenal lineup, he played some of his passes were really good because I saw the game. Sorry, I caught up on the game later, but some of his passes and his through balls and his general link-up play in that midfield was really good.
They're a good unit, and they're getting those
And
really
also
hard
props to
results.
Havertz as well because he's
Oh, yeah. I mean,
really like
look who has changed his mind now.
another. You want to go another way. No, you don't want to do another. Oh,
Go on.
Trent had a really good game.
What is happening today?
No, what is
That was
true?
such a beautiful.
You want
tackle.
another
No,
row? I
actually,
agree with Chan.
I was just that was a really
Unbelievable.
what I think.
You guys are just being nice to me. It's
Yeah, it was a good track back. But what I felt Garnacho could have with experience also coming back.
Why have we
I
gone
know,
back?
I'm just saying where he'd learn is coming to what Salah normally does. Salah is so good at putting himself between the ball and the defender. So that's I think what Garnacho needs to learn.
Yeah.
But Trent was good. But Havertz special
yes.
props.
Yeah.
He's
I've
popping up with really important goals,
Yeah.
and that's an option that Arsenal have at the moment.
Yes.
And I think that's what could be their X factor
Yeah.
because last season when they needed to get those goals, they had
Yeah.
no one to come
Yeah.
from the bench and do that.
Yeah.
And this guy is really doing it at the moment, So you never know. It could all work out for them. And it's for me hands down is that they are closest to City at the
Yeah.
moment with because it's just because of the squad. And I think they are one season more mature than Liverpool, right?
Yeah.
At this time, they're always going to be ahead of Liverpool unless Liverpool recruit like crazily good the following season.
Yeah.
But they're way ahead. They have a cohesive unit. He's managed to get that team playing well.
Yeah.
And I'm definitely sure that they're going to learn from last season
Yeah.
and they're going to get closer to City. Whether they win it, there's a big chance.
Yeah.
But they're going to be very close to City.
Yeah. So like you're saying, no, it's like, are you saying Arsenal win it or no?
I'm saying if City don't win it, then
Then
Arsenal
it's
are
Arsenal.
definitely
Okay,
winning
okay.
it. Definitely, Liverpool are not going to be close to Arsenal.
Okay.
Is what I'm saying at this time.
There's always that caveat with this league now, isn't it? Like if City don't win it.
There's going to be a big difference between second and third.
Okay.
More than 5 points.
Okay. More than 5 points between Liverpool and
Yeah.
like Liverpool assuming in third.
Like the
Yes.
top two and other third.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Anyway, I think we should wrap up with after all the Dracula tangents and creepy managers and stuff.
And shock.
The most
takes.
random
Yeah.
question
Shock
that
takes,
could have come up.
Just before we go, Sean, how was it?
How's your
How
experience?
was it?
Yeah,
How
it
was
was a
your
lot of
experience?
fun. I'm just really annoyed at Riku for not being here.
Yeah.
Not backing you up.
Like, so for context, this is a Robertson jersey that I have, and I bought him a really expensive Trent jersey from Anfield as a
Weird
birthday
flex,
gift 2
but
years
okay.
ago.
So who's
And he's
Trent and
still-
who's Rob? Achha,
He's
you're
Trent.
Robertson.
Yeah, Robo.
Oh.
Anyway, but he hasn't come, even though I gave him gifts. So clearly, money can't buy love, but money can buy the Premier League.
Howrah
How
Trent.
many breaches does City have?
Oh,
Oh,
115.
ouch, ouch.
115.
Hun-
Nice.
Howrah Trent is Howrah Trent.
How that right?
Oh, let's do we don't have time.
Wait,
Nah,
wait, wait,
yeah,
wait.
yeah.
The segue.
Yeah, I think
Donkeys, we are all the donkeys
Yeah.
for watching United versus
Yes.
Liverpool with so much hype.
no, I enjoyed it.
Oh, by the way, we three are the donkeys. That guy didn't watch the game.
That's true, actually. But anyway.
He caught up on the game later, but I didn't think
on the
he
game.
watched
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's
Bach
it
gaya.
from us.
Sean being like,
Like, share, subscribe. Put your opinions down in the comments. Do you think City is winning the league? Do you think Aston Villa is winning the league?
Ooh.
That's entirely possible. They're
That-
only
that's
2 points off
something
the
we didn't
top.
just before you go, guys, just a small request. I'm sorry.
What is wrong with this?
We've been seeing a lot of views, but the amount of likes are like really less compared to the views that we are getting on the channel. So you don't need to like pay for that stuff. So just go over there. It's really simple. You
Yeah.
just drag your cursor or
ऐसा thumbs up आता है ना
हाँ,
वो
उसको
उधर
just
वो thumbs up
like-
आता है ना उसको
Yeah.
बस
And-
one click.
And while you're at it, just
help
click on
us
the
spread our
subscribe.
wings a little
Yeah.
bit.
Okay.
Okay, sign off. Say bye. Bye.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, fine.
Bye.
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 Everything has been.
See you in the next video.